everyone, it's Melissa and welcome back to my channel. On today's tutorial, we will be making a Coral Queen bracelet using Jessie James beads, Let's Be Mermaid collection in Coral Queen, and I will go ahead and leave links in the description box so you can order the products to make your own project, as well as a link to the Coral Queen necklace tutorial and Coral Queen earrings. So you'll need the bead mix. I will be using Soft Flex beading wire in pink rhodochrosite, just a gorgeous pink color, and check glass pearls from Jessie James beads, and you get 50 in a package. Be using some of the tubes from Beadalon in a size 2 in gold. So here's the pearls, and then the little beads we'll be using from the Let's Be Mermaid mix, 2 of the teardrop beads, the 2 starfish charms, conch shells, as well as the seashells, and then 2 of these little gold beads in here. And you will need some jump rings because we're going to attach the jump rings to the top of each of the 6 charms, as well as 2 larger jump rings. I'm using an 8mm and a clasp, and I'm using this gold one here, and it's magnetic. Just going to add a sparkle to your design. Go ahead and gather up your supplies and let's start creating. To get started, go ahead and grab one of your 8mm jump rings. Open up your jump ring. And with the magnetic clasp, it's going to stick together, or it'll stick to your tools. Slide on your magnetic clasp and go ahead and twist close. If you want to, you can also use a split ring if you think it'll be more secure. Just run your finger over it, make sure that it's completely closed and not going to snag. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Open up that jump ring and attach. Then we're going to attach the 6mm jump rings to each one of the charms. So I already attached 5 of them. Open up that 6mm jump ring and attach to the charms and set those aside for now. We're going to go ahead and grab our Soft Flex wire in the rhodochrosite. And you're going to need 2 lengths of 16 to 18 inches. So we're going to have our 2 lengths, and we're going to use 2 of our tube beads, and this is just going to keep our bracelet in place. We're going to slide on the tubes and run it through one of our jump rings. Another great reason to add jump rings to your clasp if your bracelet is a little bit small or you design it and it looks better as an anklet, you can always just remove that jump ring and add another one in there to extend it. We're going to run back our Soft Flex wire through the 2 tubes. Sometimes they're a little snug in there. You can also use the Soft Flex tubes as well. The thing I love about the Soft Flex wire is the colors are just so beautiful and it really plays into the design. A lot of people want to cover up their beading wire, but with Soft Flex, just let it be part of your design. So once you have it in there, take our pliers and we're just going to smash those down and flatten them. And if there is a little tail or a little stubble, just go ahead and snip that off, or you can slide your bead over it. Now we're going to take one of the little gold beads in both of our Soft Flex wires and run it through the gold bead. If you need to do this one wire at a time, you can. Sometimes the beads have a mind of their own and they want to be just a little bit tricky. So we have the gold bead on, and then with our little cone bead, we're going to put the teardrop side down facing the clasp. We're just going to slide that down. So your project should look like that. Now we're going to split our 2 wires. We're going to string on 1 6mm bead on one wire or your left wire, and one on the other or the right wire. We're going to take another 6mm bead. It doesn't matter which one you put it on. I'm going to put it on my left. And sometimes if the bead holes are too small in the pearls, just run a piece of wire, like a 20 gauge wire, through it, or a head pin, and that will just go ahead and open up that hole and ream the pearl. So we have one pearl on the left string. We're going to take the right string. We don't want to go the same direction because that's going to make our design lay a little weird. So we're going to go in crisscross. So we have it on the left side coming out of this. We're going to take the right side and pass it through. It might be a little tricky to squeeze your pearl through. You have to kind of play around with it. Once you have that little tail sticking out, you can grab one of your pliers and grab that little tiny tail and push it through. And we're just going to pull it through until it's going to make like a little triangle on our bracelet, just like that. And we can adjust our pearls. I really love how the soft flex is showing. Just adds to that design. If you wanted to, you could add some seed beads just to kind of fill in that gap. But I think with the rhodochrosite color, it really just adds to it. So we have that one. Now we're going to take our 2 strings and add a pearl on each side. So we've added a pearl on each side, and I added another one. We're coming through this side here. So we're going to take this and crisscross. So we have the wire coming through on the crisscross. Just take that little tail, and we're just going to pull it through. So you're going to start to see your pattern with the pearls and then your soft flex, and we're just going to keep adding those on. Then we're going to attach the charms at the ends. So it's up to you when you do add the charms if you want to skip like a component of pearls or you want to do it every other one, every 3, completely up to you. You don't have to add on all 6 if you don't want to. You could also use the jump ring to attach it to the clasp. So we're going to continue to build our little component. So we're going to string on the pearls. Just keep adding on our pearls. So I'm going to keep working on the bracelet until we get about 6 or 7 components done. Then I'm going to show you how to attach the little dangles. And it does go a lot faster once you get the hang of it. Or if you want to take the time now and just make the holes bigger on your beads or your pearls. So that way it kind of speeds up the process. Since they are check glass pearls, some of them do have a little extra coating over them, and the hole sizes are a little bit irregular. So we're going in through the side like this, and then we're just going to make sure and we crisscross. As you can see, our bracelet is coming along. We're almost finished with it. We take 2 more pearls, slide 1 on each side. Take our pearl, put it on through the right side. We're going to pass back through the left. So we have it passing back through both of the soft flex wires. Grab our helping plier to get that little tail. If you want to hold it on one side and then just with your other hand pull it through and slide that pearl into place. Don't worry if your soft flex wire is curling a little bit, it'll flatten out when you wear it and when we add on the charms as well. So we're almost done. We're going to add on 1 more unit Just roll away pearl. So we added on our last 2 pearls. We're going to take the crisscross bead one more time. So we have that last bead crossing through. Grab my plier. Just going to slide that on down. There we go. We have our bracelet. So just like how we started the bracelet, we're ending on a unit. So we're going to slide on one more pearl on each side. And then remember the way that you did put your little teardrop bead, we're going to put it the same way. So this side here is going to be facing the beadwork. We're going to gather up both of the soft flex wires and we're going to run it through the teardrop bead. Really love the color on this teardrop bead. You get all different like rainbow colors. And slide that down. Then we're going to do the same thing. And if your soft flex wire is a different size on one of the threads, or one of the wires, just go ahead and trim it if you want to work the same length. So we're going to do the same thing and just slide over that gold bead. You can see your bracelet's coming along, almost finished. And then we get to do the fun part of embellishing. This is just such a great summertime project, perfect for the beach. And you can see that, magnetic clasp fell off. You can really see that soft flex wire and just that touch of pink and that pink rhodochrosite color. Once you have all the beads on, make sure that the teardrop bead is laying flat and you don't have it laying a little wonky. Make sure everything is as nice and even as you can get it, because we're going to go and attach the tubes to the clasp and finish off our bracelet. So work with a comfortable length of soft flex wire. I'm just going to trim off the little tail ends and always save them. You never know when you're going to need them, either for like a little tassel or if you just need just a little bit left of that color. So I'm going to add those off to the side. And we're going to slide on the 2 tubes and they're going to rest right on top of that gold bead. So if you want, you can go ahead and disconnect the magnetic clasp and just work on one side. I'm going to slide that through and over our soft flex wire. Then we're just going to run them right back through the tubes. Make sure that they are nice and secure. All right, we have them on. Now just make sure that your bracelet looks good. Make sure everything is nice and even, that you don't have a lot of gaps on your soft flex wire. Tighten things up as needed. Make sure everything looks good, nice and even, leaving that little bit of wiggle room on the top. And just go and smash them down. If you want to add a cover on them, you can. There we go. And then just go and trim off the little tail. Just like that, we have our beautiful Coral Queen bracelet with the pink rhodochrosite soft flex. Now let's go ahead and embellish and add on our charms. Now to add on our charms, the first 3 that we put on each side, we're not going to count that as a component. We're only going to count the 4s. So this one will be a component here. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have 6 charms. So you can add them on if you want to put them close to each other, and kind of the starfish off to the side, or you can have them on each side of your bracelet so it acts like a little charm bracelet, but just when you wear it, the charms on the top are going to fall over like that. Just kind of a design technique and decision here that we have to make of how we want to put these on. I think I'll put the conch shells on the end, the starfish or sea stars. I think we'll switch those. We're going to put the sea stars, the end, the conch shells, and then the little clamshell seashells, like that. So where the soft flex meets, where the pink is showing, we're going to open up our jump ring and attach it. Slide open that jump ring. Then we're going to attach it between the two pearls. We have it attached. Sometimes you just have to play around with the design. Maybe just add the jump ring on and then attach the shell or your charm. Just whatever works for you. Make sure it's all closed up. And then we're just going to continue adding on our charms to this bracelet. So we have the starfish. You want to make sure that they all are going the same way. So I'm going to skip one of the components so I can add it onto here. You just have to play around with it, see what's the best way to attach your charms. Sometimes you might have to increase your jump ring size. And then we're going to attach the shell here onto this side. Just open that up. We're skipping one and just going to slide that on. Sometimes they'll go on a little bit easier than the other ones. You have to kind of play around with them. You have the jump ring on, slide on your shell, close up your jump ring. Three charms on, 3 more to go. So just go ahead and add on your additional charms. Once you have added on your last charms, you have just completed this adorable summertime bracelet. It looked great with the Splash collection or the Siren collection as well. It's magnetic. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe for further content, unboxings, and tutorials. And don't forget to check out the other 2 Coral Queen designs. Have a wonderful day.